Hello, my name is Shane Luke, and this is My Thoughts as a Gamer, episode 2. And today I have an interesting story where I went to my local hobby shop and I decided to play a nice round of Magic the Gathering, a limited draft. And if for any of you who don't know what that is, it's where each player is given a few packs of cards, and we basically yell at each other while we take each other's cards that each one of us wants. And really, it was a fun time. And I must say that some of the personalities that I saw there were unexpected, at least for nerds like me. Basically, half of them were what I expect. A couple of actually pretty cool guys, and then the other half were older gentlemen. I wouldn't say that old, but sitting out on the back porch, drinking a beer, and they did drink actually before we started drafting, which is funny. But anyway, it leads into what I wanted to talk about for this episode, and that's why people game. And game is also a really loose term where I think that games like board games or even things like Magic the Gathering, which is a game that's definitely played online, but also person. Uh, I want to say person to person, but face to face, kind of like fighting games are. That you play those face to face and and online, and that why we game. I think that it's different for every person, but it doesn't have to be limited to just a set group of people. But the reasons are all the same. For example, I like the game because you know it gives me an opportunity to meet new people, to expand my my understanding of everyone out there, because I think that the gaming community is by far one of the most diverse communities out there. And I also believe that gaming just brings people together, and that whether it be to relieve stress or to put yourself in a situation or life that is very unlike your own, or because you want to win, or because you're competitive, or because you just want to have fun, or for entertainment value. There are so many reasons why people game, and there are so many different people that game for different reasons. However, this leads into kind of the issue that I wanted to talk about, where when we let the reason we game, or I should say, when we don't remember why we game, we let it affect not only our gaming experience, but sometimes the gaming experiences of others. And I think this is particularly this I find this effect to be particularly volatile in some games rather than others. For example, in Magic the Gathering, just for an example, I play because hell, it's a lot of fun. It's a way to be creative. It's a way to get out there and meet new people. For some people, I mean, I'm sure they just want to play it for the money, maybe, or even just to win. But as soon as it becomes something that's not that, then the game loses a lot of its value. Like if I were not focused on going out there and just having a good time and meeting new people, then I don't think I would play Magic at all. And for some people, yeah, it is all about the winning, and it's not about creating relationships, and I think that's fine. But I also think that if you let the goal that you have or the reason that you game affect other people as well, especially negatively, that it it really affects the gaming community as a whole, and that it promotes other people to kind of treat each other the same way. And I think this is really prominent in some games rather than others, especially multiplayer games or games that you play against other people, and also games that you play with each other cooperatively. Um, I'm going to use like any MOBA game like League of Legends or Heroes of New Earth or Dota. It's really easy to, I mean, put down and flame and really treat other people badly because they might not be good at the game, or they may have made a couple of bad decisions. And for one thing, if you're playing said game because you want to win and you're competitive, that's fine. But you're going to be much better off trying to work with those people that may make you upset rather than yell at them or call them names. And really it weakens the gaming community as a whole when we don't treat each other with the respect and the dignity that everyone deserves. The gaming community isn't going to get better, and it's going to get harder and harder to attract new people, and we only hurt the gaming community as a whole if we don't try to improve on that, even if our reason for gaming is just because we want to win or because we want to make a life out of it or the money. But the fact is in some games you're going to be forced to have to work with other people, and if you don't, then the reason that you game is going to be impossible to impossible to achieve. And I think that this goes with other reasons why we game as well. If I'm playing a game and I'm just playing it because it's fun, and then all of a sudden it's just not fun anymore, obviously I should stop playing that game. And that if I'm not having fun and I'm playing with other people, it's going to affect my attitude and my overall enthusiasm in playing the game. And I think that's really important. I think that it's really important that one, we don't lose track of the reason why we are gaming in the first place. But I think it's also important to make sure that we don't let what we're doing or what we're trying to achieve affect other people negatively, at least. Negatively. Obviously, in certain cases, people are going to win and people are going to lose, and that's always going to happen. But there's always going to be also a sense of dignity, and there's a way that you need to do that. And I'm all for trash talking and having a big mouth and whatever, saying you know you're probably not gonna win, but you should try anyway, and or just something like that. I think that's good. I think competition in the gaming community is one of its strongest points. But like I said, when we let it affect others negatively, it takes away from the gaming community as a whole, and it makes us look bad. It makes us all look bad. Just a few people um, tearing somebody up, it makes everybody else look bad, including the few genuine people that are also out there just to um, play for fun or have a bit of healthy competition. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say, and that I want other people to really look at why they game and make sure that one the reason why they game isn't too out of reach or too out of sight, but also that they really they look at other players too, and they see why they might be gaming as well. And although it may not be as serious, that it's still as important than their reason is, or just as important as their reason is. And if this message gets out there and hopefully changes a few people's minds about the way they treat others, then I think that'll make everyone in the gaming community as a whole just that much better. And those are my thoughts as a gamer. Thank you for listening, and I'm gonna need a little bit of help, I think, coming up with a sort of topic for my next episode. So hopefully I'm getting enough people listening to this where I can, I want to talk to people. I want to hear what they have to say, whether they're telling me I'm a big idiot, or even if they like what I like to say. I guess that makes sense too. I like saying this stuff. Anyways, my name is Shane Luke, and I hope everyone takes this message to heart.